Braga, Portuguese pronunciation, Bra, is a city and a municipality in the northwestern Portuguese district of Braga, in the historical and cultural Minho province. The city has 137,000 inhabitants, and the municipality, which includes 37 civil parishes, has a resident population of 181,494 inhabitants, representing the seventh largest municipality in Portugal. Its area is 183.40 square kilometers. Its agglomerated urban area extends from the Cavado River to the Este River. The city was the European Youth Capital in 2012. It is host to the Archdiocese, the oldest in Portugal. Under the Roman Empire, known as Braga Augusta, the settlement was center of the province of Galicia. Braga is a major hub for inland northern Portugal. History. Antiquity. Human occupation of the region of Braga dates back thousands of years, documented by vestiges of monumental structures starting in the megalithic era. During the Iron Age, the Castro culture extended into the northwest, characterized by Bracari peoples who occupied the high ground in strategically located fortified settlements. The region became the domain of the Calaici Bracarii, or Bracarenses, a Celtic tribe who occupied what is now northern Portugal, Galicia and Asturias in the northwest of Iberia. The Romans began their conquest of the region around 136 BC, and finished it during the reign of Emperor Augustus. The Civitas of Braga Augusta was founded in 20 BC, in the context of the administrative reorganization of these Roman acquisitions. Braga was rededicated to the emperor, taking on the name Braga Augusta. The city of Braga Augusta developed greatly during the 1st century and reached its maximum extension around the 2nd century. Towards the end of the 3rd century, Emperor Diocletianus promoted the city to the status of capital of the administrative area Conventus Bracarensis, the southwestern area of the newly founded Roman province of Galicia. Middle Ages. During the Germanic invasions of the Iberian Peninsula, the area was conquered by the Suebi, a Germanic people from Central Europe. In 410, the Suebi established a kingdom in northwest Iberia, which they maintained as Galicia, and made Braga their capital. About 584, the Visigothic conquerors of Hispania took control of Galicia. They renounced the Arian and Priscillianist heresies during 2 synods held here in the 6th century. As a consequence, the archbishops of Braga later claimed the title of Primate of Portugal, then a county, and for a long period, claimed supremacy over the entire Hispanic Church. Yet, their authority was never accepted throughout Hispania. Braga had an important role in the Christianization of the Iberian Peninsula. The first known bishop of Braga, Paternus, lived at the end of the 4th century. Although Saint Ovidius is sometimes considered one of the first bishops of this city, in the early 5th century, Paulus Orosius wrote several theological works that expounded the Christian faith. While in the 6th century, Bishop Martin of Braga converted the Suebi from Arianism to Catholicism. At the time, Martin also founded an important monastery in Dumio, and it was in Braga that Archbishopric of Braga held their councils. The transition from Visigothic reigns to the Muslim conquest of Iberia was very obscure, representing a period of transition and decline for the city. The Moors captured Braga early in the 8th century, but were eventually repelled by Christian forces under Alfonso III of Asturias in 868 and were definitely repelled by Ferdinand I of Leon and Castile in 1040. As a consequence, the bishopric was restored in 1070. The first new bishop, Pedro, started rebuilding the cathedral. Between 1093 to 1147, Braga became the residential seat of the Portuguese court. In the early 12th century, Count Henry of Portugal and Bishop Geraldo de Moisic reclaimed the archbishopric seat for Braga. With power over a large area in Iberia, the medieval city developed around the cathedral, with the maximum authority in the city retained by the archbishop. kingdom in the 16th century, due to its distance from the coast and provincial status. Braga did not profit from the adventures associated with the age of Portuguese discoveries. Yet, Archbishop Diogo de Souza, who sponsored several urban improvements in the city, including the enlargement of streets, the creation of public squares and the foundation of hospitals and new churches, managed to modernize the community. He expanded and remodeled the cathedral by adding a new chapel in the Manuelan style, and generally turning the medieval town into a Renaissance city. A similar period of rejuvenation occurred during the 18th century, when the archbishops of the House of Braganza contracted architects like André Sors and Carlos Amarante. To modernize and rejuvenate the city, they began a series of architectural transformations to churches and civic institutions in the Baroque style, including the Municipal Hall, public library, the Sanctuary of Bom Jesus do Monte, and many urban palaces. With the invasion of French troops during the Peninsular Wars, the city was relegated, once again, to a provincial status. But, by the second half of that century, with influence from Portuguese immigrants living in Brazil, new money and tastes resulted in improvements to architecture and infrastructures. Republic in the 20th century, Braga faced similar periods of growth and decline. Demographic and urban pressures from urban to rural migration meant that the city's infrastructures had to be improved in order to satisfy greater demands. Geography. Physical geography. Situated in the heart of Minho, Braga is located in a transitional region between the east and west, between mountains, forests, grand valleys, plains and fields, constructing natural spaces, molded by human intervention. Geographically, with an area of 184 square kilometers, it is bordered in the north by the municipalities of Ilha Verde and Amares, northeast and east by Povoa de Lanhoso, south and southeast with Guimarães and Vila Nova de Famalicão, and west by the municipality of Barcelos. The topography in the municipality is characterized by irregular valleys, interspersed by mountainous spaces, fed by rivers running in parallel with the principal rivers. In the north it is limited by the Cavado River, in the south by terrain of the Serra dos Picos to a height of 566 meters, and towards the east by the Serra dos Carvalhos to a height of 479 meters, opening to the municipalities of Ilha Nova de Famalicão and Barcelos. The territory extends from the northeast to southwest, accompanying the valleys of the two rivers, fed by many of its tributaries, forming small platforms between 20 meters and 570 meters. The municipality lies between 20 meters and 572 meters, with the urbanized center located at approximately 215 meters. In the north, where the municipality is marked by the Cavado, the terrain is semi-planar. The east is mountainous owing to the Serra do Carvalho 479 meters, Serra dos Picos 566 meters, Monte do Samiro 572 meters and Monte do Santa Marta 562 meters. Between the Serra do Carvalho and Serra dos Picos is the River Este, forming the Valley of Vale d'Este. Similarly, between the Serra dos Picos and Monte do Samiro exists the plateau of Sobreposta Pedralva. To the south and west the terrain is a mix of mountains, plateaus and medium-sized valleys, permitting the passage of the River Este, and giving birth to other confluences including the River Vega, River Labriasca and various ravines. Climate. Braga has a Mediterranean climate similar to other cities in the northwest Iberian Peninsula, except for having significantly hotter summer temperatures due to being some distance from the ocean. The absolute maximum is as much as 6 degrees Celsius higher than for A Coruña or Santiago de Compostela. The highest recorded temperature is 41.3 degrees Celsius, while the lowest recorded is -6.3 degrees Celsius. The climate is affected by the Atlantic Ocean, which influences westerly winds that are channeled through the region's valleys, transporting large humid air masses. Consequently, the climate tends to be pleasant with clearly defined seasons. The air masses have the effect of maintaining the relative humidity around 80%. Annual mean temperatures hover between 12.5 degrees Celsius and 17.5 degrees Celsius. Owing to nocturnal cooling, frost usually forms frequently between 3 and 4 months of the year, and annually the region receives 1,659 millimeters of precipitation, with the major intensity occurring between fall, winter and spring. Human geography. The municipality is densely populated, with approximately 962 inhabitants per square kilometre, equivalent to 181,474 residents. It is one of the more populous territories in Portugal, as well as one of the younger markets. The majority of the population concentrates in the urban area of Braga itself, where densities are more than 10,000 per square kilometre. The Bracarense population consists of approximately 78,954 male and 85,238 female individuals, with 35% of the population less than 25 years of age. While seniors conform to 11% of the population, the working population of the municipality occupies 54% of this structure. Although largely native Portuguese, other segments of the population include enclaves of Brazilian, African, Chinese and Eastern European peoples. The urban structure includes approximately 70,268 residences. Even as the typical classic representation of family only includes 51,173 members in the municipality. The extra homes are primarily temporary residences, normally for students, migrant workers and professionals working in the urban congruum. There is also a great number of homes owned by Portuguese residents living overseas, even as constant development has attracted new growth in the population. Further, the difference in resident to transitory population means that, on average, the population of Braga hovers between 174,000 and 230,000 individuals annually. Growth in the population, roughly 16.2% between 1991 and 2001, occurred mainly in the older suburban civil parishes, such as Nogueira, Froços, Real and Lamasses. Administratively, the municipality is divided into 37 civil parishes: Adalfa, Arantam Cunha, Braga, Cabreiros e Passos, Celeros, Avelida e Vimiero, Crespas e Posada, Escudeiros e Penso, Espinho, Esporos, Este, Ferreiros e Gonçalves, Figueiredo, Gualta, Guisanda e Oliveira, Lamas, Lomar e Arcos, Merilim, Panoias e Parada de Tibais, Merilim e Froços, Maia de Tibais, Moreira e Trandeiras, Nogueira, Freião e Lamasses, Nogueiro e Tanos, Padam da Graca, Palmeira, Pedralva, Priscos, Real, Jumi Samela, Rula, Santa Lucrecia de Algéries e Navarre, São Vicente, São Victor, Siqueira, Sobreposta, Tadum, Tibosa, Vilacar e Freidlos. The city of Braga proper includes only the following urban civil parishes: Arcos, Cividada, Jume, Espinho, Ferreiros, Freião, Froços, Gonçalves, Gualta, Lamasses, Lamas, Lomar, Maximinos, Nogueira, Nogueiro, Real, São João do Sauchu, São José de São Lázaro, São Pedro de Este, São Vicente, São Vita, Se Acute, Tenos. There is no formal city government, only municipal government authority, with local administration handled by the individual juntas de freguesia or civil parish councils. Economy. The major industries in the municipality are construction, metallurgy and mechanics, software development and web design. The computer industry is growing rapidly. Transportation. Although the region hosts its own airfield in Palmeira, The principal airport of note is São Carneiro International Airport, located 50 kilometers away, in Porto. Access is made by public transit to the city centre or aerobus. Braga is serviced by both regional and high-speed rail connection to major centres in the region.